Let's talk about your will. You might be struggling to stop pornography and masturbation, and the fact that you are trying to stop is an indication that the Holy Spirit is calling you out to lead you into holiness. There are some people out there who readily embrace this immorality without struggling for a bit because they have a seared conscience. It's called a reprobate mind. God forbid you have that. Okay, so here's a big question. How do I stop masturbating? Simply by following the leading of the Holy Spirit in your day-to-day activity. Apostle Paul encourages in the book of Philippians when he said, and I quote, "Continue to work out your salvation, that is, cultivate it, bring it to full effect, actively pursue spiritual maturity with awe-inspired fear and trembling, using serious caution and critical self-evaluation to avoid anything that might offend God or discredit the name of Christ. For it is not your strength, but it is God who is effectively at work in you, both to will and to work, that is, strengthening, energizing, and creating in you the longing and the ability to fulfill your purpose for His good pleasure." Take note of the reverence and submission in this context. This is the atmosphere of the power of Christ in us, both to will and to do of His good pleasure. It sounds like foolishness to the world, but it's the powerful wisdom of God made known experientially to all those who fear Him. At some point, you would have to be honest with yourself and confess with your mouth how much you hate your sin and want to do God's will. This realization brings us to a place where our bended knees hold position as our hearts, and we cry out to the one who is able to save us and refine our desires. In reality, the other big question is, how bad do you want to be saved? Because at the end of the day, God is waiting on you just to acknowledge and to submit.